Gee, I sure hope there aren't any Italian jokes in this video game set in Italy.
Don't you recognize me? It's a me, Mario!
Assassin's Creed is a smash hit Ubisoft franchise where they saw the success. They saw you buying that replica blade and ran the series into the ground because they just couldn't help themselves.
They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
And now they have no idea what to do with the franchise, but it was all there, ripe for the taking. The golden apple they created, a stealth open world game based on real historical figures and setting, a way to actually teach people about ancient history. They knew they had something special with Assassin's Creed 2, not just because the ads were funny. Assassin's Creed 2 is a stealth open world game set in Renaissance Italy where you play as
Me! Ezio Auditore!
It's okay, I was getting to that. But you also play as this average, everyday guy.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so the game actually is a direct follow-up to the first AC1, Animal Crossing Armored Core, where you play as Desmond Miles in modern day, and through his genes, play through the lives of his ancestors. You work for the Assassins, the good guys, and the Templars are the bad guys, and he's a white guy.
What are you up to?
What am I up? Who are you, my mum?
It's funny because they set up this world where you'd think you'd be playing as Desmond, going through each of his ancestors every game. You know, they all are linked through him, each game tackling a new country and time period. But what people eventually wanted was more of just the historical setting. Announced in 2008 to release in 2009 with 450 employees! What's the bet? Most of them don't work there anymore. It went on to sell amazingly well. Huge accolades, and it was one of the games that I got with my PS3. That damn Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I was in my teenager phase. As a teenager. Yes, this game looked crazy good from the CGI trailers that I swear were real. What the heck? Video game graphics look like this now? Screw the Wii, I want a PS3! And I remember trying out the game and realizing, oh my god, my TV is in my living room. I can't play this out here. As if I remember when playing this, it was only when people were asleep or I was home alone because I saw this scene in the first few hours and was so scared they would do it again. But I loved the game. I loved the trilogy. No, seriously, I loved it so much I changed my profile picture on Windows login to the Assassin's Creed logo. I got the book.
I can't find it! Where can it possibly be? Aha!
And my god, Ubisoft knew they had a juggernaut on their hands. Promotion was crazy, collabing with as many properties as a Japanese RPG does months before release. Bro, why is Trails collabing with the Guna Gacha game? You got Little Big Planet, Xbox avatars, and of course, officially sanctioned PlayStation home content. How can you not miss 2009? And yes, of course, this game was notable for being Ubisoft's first game with Uplay integration. Yep, the service where you make an account and do things in-game to get in-game rewards because you're playing online. So when the servers are gone, you can't get the rewards anymore. But do you really want to?
Just write a simple quote of what you want people to see you as.
So yeah, I beat this game on the PS3. Actually, platinum trophied it. Which started my phase of trying to platinum games because that was a really fun thing to do. But oh my, I do not want to experience that PS3 loading again. So for this video, I bought the PS4 Ezio Trilogy and played it on my PS5. Yet all that raw horsepower cannot save the new facial bugs they introduced in the remaster. So the gameplay of AC2 is linear, but always the same sort of missions. You end up stabbing a dude, and then there's some language in it.
Requiescat in pace.
Oh, that's Italian, SpongeBob.
Do you not play JRPGs? And you do this with the iconic Hidden Blade, a retractable metal piece that hides under your wrist to take out guards quietly. Wait, what happens if your hand is bent down? But you also get the city to mess about with, whether it's robbing people, tackling them, exploring tombs for treasure, tackling again, or slowly upgrading a base, which doesn't do anything except put more people for you to tackle again. And to help you complete the missions of stealthily assassinating the Templars, you got Eagle Vision. You know, the Batman vision every game did back then to find your target, but you also see these weird cryptic puzzles as the modern day setting really tries to make this some grand conspiracy game. But yeah, usually some bozo is doing something or was part of the plot to kill your family, so you want revenge. And you got so many options to take them out, You can stab him, poison him, mash him, stick him in a stew, or jump into a hay bale for a stealth kill. Speaking of jumping, alongside a parkour system lets you climb up most objects with some. What the heck? How can a human do that? You have to climb up these towers to unlock the map. And I swear every open world game copied this afterwards. Look, I can probably look up if that's true or not, but I don't care right now. You do it, you lazy son of a... But Renaissance Italy doesn't take too nicely to you stabbing rich people, so you got a GTA-style wanted system, where guards will get suspicious if you have this high, but you can lower it by ripping off wanted posters or bribing heralds. And you rob them afterwards. I made a profit. But if you get caught, you have to run away like crazy, or fight in the weirdest combat system. You're just mashing the square button till eventually you bore them to death by your swords clanging. Or somehow you can get a finisher counter off. It's so amusing because always in a fight the game just gives you 2, and only 2, free stealth kills no matter what. It's so funny because it's like, alright, put him up. This is the definition of a game, basing everything around stealth, then realizing, crap, we need some other combat, and then half-assing it. It does not feel good. And you'd rather use a smoke bomb to make everyone all cough and then just stealthily take them all out. But that's why we loved Ubisoft games, because oh lordy the jank! As Ezio would snap to the weirdest ledges, he won't target the enemy you want, he'll even hit allies. Even when climbing, he won't recognize that you want to jump sideways to that ledge over there. And so it ends up like this. And these games have such odd button choices, like holding X will make you fast walk so you don't arouse suspicion, but also pressing X steals money from people nearby. So if you're near others, Ezio when he's fast walking will just steal while he's trying to hide. Bro, he's a kleptomaniac. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into Ezio's Beginning, the game that shaped Ubisoft's destiny for the future, as we learn about Renaissance Italy, complete with Da Vinci.
Da Vinci?
Oh no, the Ubisoft store is back! Want to compare with your friends?
No, I don't think I will.
So straight away, frame 1, you realize you're way in over your head because you never played the first AC game, so this is all such a mess! Yep, it really does just drop you straight in with Desmond Miles, and I feel like it does a terrible job of explaining who these people are or what you're even doing here. But to spare everyone, these modern day Templars are called Abstergo and have captured Desmond and plugged him into the Animus machine, where they use it to have Desmond enter a virtual simulation of his ancestors to hunt down these pieces of Eden, objects that will help the Templars control the world even more than they already do. Desmond though gets freed by Lucy, a true lover of ketchup, who is a modern day assassin and wants to use Desmond in the same way but to get the pieces of Eden for the assassins and not the Templars. Now you played as one ancestor Altair in the first game, and now you gotta go right into the next one at the beginning of his life in this sequel.
Hey, I'm trying to eat lunch here.
Oh wait, watch out!
And what shall we call him, my love?
Ezio. Ezio Auditori da Firenze.
And with that we spawned our link to the ancestor and they gotta escape!
What are these? There they are! Holy shit!
With Lucy doing all the sweet talking.
What was that in the Animus? Subject 16? Ezio, Audi something?
Italian jokes, am I right? Did you know I was in Italy recently and they had Mr. Bean in Italian? So we punch our way out, get in the boot, and go to the assassin's hideout, where we'll now continue as Ezio trying to find those pieces of Eden, with the help of 2 modern day assassins, Rebecca, who has a unique voice,
God, it's been so long.
and Sean, who has a not so unique voice. It's a British comedian.
What's all this stuff for?
This stuff, Desmond. Oh, this stuff is nothing special, really, this stuff. It's just the stuff that keeps our entire operation from falling apart, really. It requires a great deal of concentration to keep it all moving, so you'll forgive me if I don't have time to play meet and greet.
Also, it's funny because Desmond is Nolan North, so you know, if you played the other big PS3 era game, you probably have heard of him. While Lucy... well, Desmond seems happy about that.
What? Another treasure hunt through time?
Abstergo's gonna
Why he
replace their
walk
apple
like
of
that?
Eden.
The other benefit of learning about Ezio is with the machine is that it'll imbue Ezio's skills onto Desmond so that they can train him to be another assassin in modern day setting with all that parkour skills.
Baby's twice as awesome as anything you'll find at Abstergo. The Templars might have deeper pockets than us, but they've got no ambition, no passion, no competitive edge.
So in we go into 1476 Florence as teenage Ezio.
I'm surprised to see you here.
I thought the patsy hired others to do their dirty work.
It's your family that cries for guards when there's trouble. Cotardo. Afraid to handle things yourself?
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
And this rock scars him for life. Wow, guess that was a good throw, Italian Yosuke. So you see your boxer skills put into use to beat them up before seeing the doctor.
Ben trovato, Doctor.
Hey, wait a minute. So we should head home. However...
Wait.
What? Ezio, let Christina sleep.
And we go to see Christina. And...
Oh, Ezio.
quick time event? I missed it? No, I'm not bad at this, I swear, no! So yeah, the game does these random QTEs and actually shows something different if you didn't press it on the incredibly quick timing as we head home.
Your behavior is unacceptable. It reminds me of myself when I was your age.
And he's like, okay, do this menial task for me, like delivering a letter. Which I was surprised they actually voiced the full letter.
That it extends far beyond this.
Then he's like, okay, meet my friend, Fat Alberti. And now we're gonna help our sister beat up her boyfriend who was cheating on her. But yep, you can miss the QTE, which doesn't make you feel as menacing. Then we help our mother meet one of the most average, everyday guys around.
He's very talented.
Immagino.
Self-expression is vital to understanding and enjoying life. You should find an outlet.
I have plenty of outlets.
I meant besides vaginas.
Mother.
Anyway, we return to find out that our dad and brothers have been arrested by Fat Alberti. Turns out our dad found a conspiracy plot against the Medici family who run Florence, and was silenced for it by the Templars. We then go to the prison, which is just all the way up here. They ever explain why Ezio the teenager can just... And the dad goes, okay, give this letter to Fat Alberti and it'll clear our name. And also, head into the secret room at home and wear my old outfit. So we do that as Alberti is having a Weight Watchers meeting with this guy. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll free your dad in the morning. Yet in the morning, we see him hang out family.
You are a traitor, Roberto, and one of them. You may take our lives this day, but we will have yours in return, I swear! We will! Father!
As if he's part of the Templars, and also we were meant to be killed, so we have to escape and find our mother and sister hiding out with the courtesans. And Ezio is in full revenge mode, wanting to kill whoever did this to his family. And the courtesans help us, teaching us how to hide in crowds to not alert guards. And we can also hire them to distract the guards, as now with the hidden blade, you can assassinate. Where the game opens up, you got towers to climb and synchronize to unlock the map, things to collect like feathers your dead brother wanted, and we also find these codex pages to give to Leonardo, who'll help us fix up the blade, and for his trouble, he gets found out to be helping us.
Perhaps this will help to clear your head. Ready to talk? What about now?
Hey, hands off my best friend, Da Vinci! No, I can't skip the cutscene!
But I trust he did more than talk.
Hey bro, come on, these quick time events are too quick! Anyway, we now gotta go and assassinate Alberti. So I sneak in using the courtesans to distract the guards.
Come.
I paid for you, don't leave! Anyway, I get in and stab him.
You would have done the same. To save the ones you love.
Yes, I would. And I have.
The auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio!
Oh god, Ezio, why are you yelling that out? Just get me out of here! Now while running, it's funny because the combinations you have to hold is R2 to run and X to sprint. However, if you so much as bump into people, Ezio will fall over like a weak little baby. So you gotta hold circle as well to do this rugby run where you go a little bit slower, yet you can knock over people. It's such a janky control scheme and only this series can do that. Like no other game would have you holding R2, X and circle to move fast in a game while you're running away. Now, since you technically are Desmond and you're playing in a simulation, you can use the eagle vision to find these codes that were left by Subject 16, who I guess is the person before you that the Templars were using that died, and he went kind of crazy and he left these clues here, and they're like mini puzzles where you gotta find paintings with similarities in them, or spin these wheels to make the picture, and your reward for doing these is... What do you mean the truth? Naked people running?
There's the truth and the truth.
So now you gotta escort your family out of the city to head to your uncle's in Monteriggioni. Use money to distract people? To get this guy out of my way? Frankly, I'd rather keep the money. So we leave and get stopped by the Pazzi kid again, yet our Italian uncle saves the day and takes us in. Where here, you have shops that you can buy armor, which will break, so you need to repair it, and you will want to do that because your health is so tiny at the start. Then you can buy medicines or weapons like daggers, and you got a whole weapon wheel. But I'm not kidding when I say this, is that you can get through the entire game with the hidden blade. It's just that broken. And with how janky the combat is, I really saw no point in using the better swords with all those stats and stuff, as literally you can just either insta-kill with a hidden blade or just keep mashing it if you mess up the action. As you learn combat here, where you can also counter holding R2 and square the minute they attack for an insta-kill, and I found it was much easier to do with the hidden blade, as each weapon has a wind-up time, and the hidden blade seems to be the quickest one. Also incredibly amusing here. During this tutorial, Mario tells you about the Templars and Assassins, like this is important lore. Reminder, Ezio is a teen, he doesn't know anything about this. He just saw his family die to politics. Yet Mario says how our dad was an assassin fighting the Templars. However, if you finish the tutorial quickly, he just skips over the dialogue. Yep, so technically in my playthrough, Ezio never learned who the Templars are because Mario never told him. I legit couldn't believe it, so I found someone else's playthrough and they got the skip too. This is insane. Like, you want this big lore thing, you can't just gloss over it, so Ezio technically has never heard about it. Bravo, Ubisoft, bravo.
Well done, Nipote. You've really come into your own.
Bro, all I did was mash square. What were they thinking, this was Devil May Cry or something? Which I guess is a good thing because of how bad the combat is. You'd rather do everything stealthy, you know, like an assassin, run away if you get caught, you're avoiding encounters because you don't want to do this combat. So maybe that was the big brain play all along. So that Vieri de Pazzi has been harassing Mario, and he wants us to use our assassinating tricks to help him out. And okay, because it's a simulation, you get this database on important characters, and it's weird because Sean is like...
Vieri de Pazzi, the youngest member of the
Hello?
second most notorious...
You didn't do this for the other characters, I just want to read this, I don't want your narration. Mario revealed Ezio's assassin heritage. When? He gave up when I square stun-locked him! Anyway, we gotta sneak in and take out the archers with throwing knives, aiming and shooting them, although its range is as pitiful as your hidden blade length. And I know it's a video game, but it's annoying when people will detect you walking up to them so easily. Come on, man, let me get a bit closer before you notice a robed guy aiming a dagger at you. Anyway, you open the gates, let the guys through, and it's a big fight. Just gotta help even the odds. So inside we see the Pazzi, his dad, other Templars, and Rodrigo Borgia, the head guy who is running the whole Templar thing. We go to assassinate Vieri, and the funny things while replaying this game, I know from my memory that Ezio can assassinate people from ledges. It's ingrained in my mind. However, we haven't learned that yet.
I've been looking forward to this.
No, not another unskippable cutscene.
Are you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Vieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane!
What? It's true.
Now our goal is to slowly take out every single Templar baddie to eventually work our way up to Borgia. So next is Vieri's dad, who is back in Florence. We also show Mario the translated codex pages, which sort of seem to indicate it's a map, but you know, it's an optional collectible thing like the feathers. You know, something for completionists to do. It's benefit those that every 4 pages you get more health. And they're always in these rooms with guards where the game will just post these other groups you can hire outside, like courtesans, thieves, or bandits. You hire them, distract the guards, then just walk in and grab the codex page. It's very simple, but at this point, there's no indication that you even need to complete all of these. Claudia, your sister, also gets put to work here, where you can spruce up the town by investing in it, so building up shops that will give you discounts, and she'll get some money over time that you can withdraw from. It, however, is incredibly a basic base building mechanic, as you can't really do anything more with it. Like, you can invest in courtesans, but all it does is just make them wander around. You can't even rob them like the other random NPCs here. So there seems to be no point to this apart from upgrading the weapon shop 3 times. Look, I'm not saying I want to do anything with them, but there's no point to upgrading this town at all, because even though it generates money for you, you are loaded in this game just by playing the main story and grabbing the very abundant treasure chests along the way. It just doesn't seem to be any point to investing in this town. You can also buy clothing to change your look slightly, as well as art in these art shops. Now you show a codex to Leo.
I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. Anything for you, my friend.
And he's like, whoa, this tells you how to assassinate people better. Really? Written on that piece of paper? Oh, what do you know? So now you can finally ledge assassinate, or do it from a hay bale, or from jumping from a ledge, which honestly are the most common ways you will be using it, since you always want to assassinate from a hiding spot. Now with your wanted meter, you can also bribe the town criers to tell people that you're a good guy.
Surely you can do better than that. I have a family to feed.
And the thing about that is... And then someone steals from me? Me? Oh, I'll teach you to steal from me!
I swear, I'll run you through when I catch you!
Well, how was I meant to know you're not meant to kill the guy? So this thief works for Volpe, a big thief guy, who tells us where Francesco de Pazzi will be meeting the other Templars. And so into the tombs we go, where before, we learned that we need 6 of these tombs cleared to get a super duper assassin outfit. And Rebecca is like, you need this for 100% synchronization with Ezio's life. So clear those tombs! Look, I've 100% completed this game 15 years ago. I ain't bothering again, alright? So in the tomb, it's puzzle solving, where you have to know where to climb, what lever to pull, and you kill some guards, as we finally find the bad guys in a meeting, where they're talking about getting some weapons to stage a coup on the Medici family. As we escape, and okay buddy, look, I got your money now, so tell people I'm a good guy. Here's sucker.
It has come to the attention of the Signoria that the young men have been climbing the city's buildings for sport. While not illegal per se, remember, it is only divertimento until someone breaks a leg.
Oh wow, this guy knows his stuff! So I buy a new hammer. And see in Florence, the main landmark is the Duomo. Hey, wait a minute. It looks the exact same in real life! Get down from there, young man! So we had to find the Medici family get set upon by the Pazzi. Do we not want to intervene? Anytime, Ezio.
My sword!
Oh, now he wants to do something. So we save Lorenzo and go to get Francesco, who is hiding on top of that prison. We chase him down and give him his last rites.
Meglio essere felici in questa vita che aspirare a esserlo nella prossima. Requiescat pace.
And we squashed the uprising. We then learned that Lorenzo and our family were close, as our dad had saved him as a kid. And now we gotta go after Jacopo de Pazzi, who is hiding, so we need to find even more Italians to tell his whereabouts. As you start to see, the game sort of becomes find some evil guy to kill him, then you find the next one up the pole, eventually to Borgia. It's a pretty simple revenge plot. As we give another codex page to Leo, who lets us now use the poison blade, where you can stab the tip into someone and watch them go crazy and die, usually taking out some people with them. Now I do one of those optional tombs inside the Duomo because I was also here. Hey, get down from there, young man! Now you can also earn some more money by buying these treasure maps, which will show you a lot of these treasure spots on screen. And they are a very easy way to earn some coin. But another way is to tackle those thieves to get the money back from them. Also on the map, you see these Templar bases, which are like those parkour tombs, but you also got some guards to kill, as one of them is inside Lorenzo's home, where he's getting invaded, and you gotta clear them out. It was also amusing here, as you gotta open up this panel to open the door, but now these new big enemies appear who take a lot more mashing to kill. So if you do it normally, you'll get swarmed and die. But if you kill them quickly before you open the lever, no one swarms you afterwards. There is also a tomb in your base which tests a lot of your parkour skills, which is fine. Like, you just hold forward and jump. And usually Ezio will snap onto the thing you want him to jump to. And it's sort of obvious the path you take. And after climbing so much in this game, based on the same system in the sequels over and over, you sort of understand which things you can and cannot climb. These windows, sure. Easy grab, no problem. Now we head to Tuscany, a more open place where you can find horses to help you traverse, as you have to find and kill those Jacopo's men. And each one is sort of like a mini puzzle, like you find one here hidden in the monks. We also get the smoke powder, which is so busted because if you use it, everyone starts coughing and then you can just spam the insta-kill hidden blade on all the enemies. Anything to avoid the combat. One good thing though with the PS5 loading is that you don't spend a long time in these voids where they let you just run around aimlessly. Seriously, I remember these taking ages to load on the PS3. But at least you get some hints. The guards change shifts. Who's taking that long to finish missions? For extra money, you can also do some small contracts like delivering letters, assassinating small targets, or beating up men who cheat. Seems to happen a lot in this time period. Then the next guy is all crazy. He's all the way up here. And you gotta clear out the archers before climbing up. And it's sort of like, yeah, you can tell which path he meant to climb with the various obvious handrails. It's second nature to me at this point. I've seen these climbing things so many times. But the best thing is that these guards are afraid of heights. Now finally we can tell Jacopo, which takes us outside, as we gotta use the courtesans to hide while following the dude, a mission type that everyone hates in Assassin's Creed. Very slow tailing an NPC. And what's more annoying is that the courtesans, when they see guards on the side, they will just run off to tempt them, leaving me exposed. I paid for you to stay with me, don't run to another man, oh come on please! So we find Jacopo getting the 3rd degree for his failure to take over Florence.
Spare me! No.
We then get captured but fight our way out and go to tell Lorenzo that the Pazzi are dead. And we're like, okay, you know what? Let me go on an all expenses paid trip to Venice. Why? Oh, to get revenge or something. And Venice? Well, I went there and holy moly, this is just like Persona 4! But on the way, we find out that Leo is also getting paid to move his entire studio to Venice. However, we get attacked, and you got this weird carriage segment where you gotta turn sharp to shake them off, but also don't turn too far because... traction, my ass. Leo escapes, but we get stuck in Forlì, which is another small place you can do things. You can find more codex pages, but I can't stress how weird it is that you gotta kill these guards to get the page. But every single one of these places, they'll put these groups that you can pay to distract the guards right outside. Like, you don't have to go far to get them. It doesn't cost that much. They are always there. You just walk up, pay, say, okay, distract the guards, walk in. There is literally no challenge to getting these codex pages, which is just why I never bothered collecting them. But then we find this lady trapped and using a rowboat to free her.
Madonna.
Oh, you're good. The ladies must like you.
This is Caterina Sforza. We will be seeing a lot more of her later. And not in the way you think.
That's Caterina Sforza, daughter of the Duca di Milano. Her husband is...
Husband? Uh-oh.
Everything all right?
Oh, come on, don't kick me off the Anima 64, I'm gaming! Oh yeah, so I guess to stretch his legs and not let Desmond get multiple personality disorder, he's gotta take a break.
What are you up to?
What am I up? Who are you, my mum?
God, I hate this guy so much.
You think Lucy's giving you Ezio's abilities so you can build schools in South America and deliver rice to starving Indonesians? What are you, Desmond, a vegan? You'd be the first vegan assassin in history.
So, how's she treating you?
The translation software is still a bit laggy. You're probably catching the odd bit of Italian.
Oh, so that's why some words were in Italian. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool lore reason to have them say some Italian words to help it feel more authentic. This game must be so cool if you're Italian seeing your ancestry here. Meanwhile, my ancestry, it's like...
time for India versus Pakistan.
So now we show off the bleeding effect, which isn't a monthly thing, but rather we get Ezio's abilities and show it off with some parkour, and then we sleep, and then we dream that we are, Altair, banging someone on a tower. Now we are the baby? I don't think it works that quick. So with Leo, our best friend, we're in Venice getting a tour. Come. And the boss here is Emilio, and you guessed it, he's doing bad things to the people, so we gotta take him out to then work our way up to get out more bad guys.
You're under arrest for disrupting commerce. What? You just invented that. There's no such law. There is now. Oh, stop!
Speaking of guys...
my friend. Di nulla.
So another city, another map to open up, climb more towers, realize, that's weird. A lot of these towers seem to just be a bit too high to leap onto some parts, so we can't do it right now. As climbing, Ezio will usually just reach to whatever high enough ledge and keep climbing up, but for the first time, these towers seem a bit too high to climb. Also, make sure you clear out the arches before you start climbing. Then we see these thieves try and break into the palace, hilariously fail. And we have to help them escape. And bringing Rosa back to the Thieves Guild, and Antonio patches her up.
You'll be alright. The worst is past.
Ti venissi il cancero, brutto bastardo! A te e a che la grandissima troia di tua madre!
Thank you. Rosa is most dear to me. If I had lost her...
I've always had a soft spot for women in distress.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Biscotti. Un caffè.
What's cafe?
Here. Have a taste.
So they want the dictator out, okay, and I kind of think I missed the explanation. Why do we want him dead? I'm assuming he was part of the plot that killed our dad, yada yada, you know, it was okay. But I don't think we actually say it. As we gotta help out the thieves, like kill some of their traitors. Well, that was easy. I mean, I hope he sleeps with the tuna. Oh, wait, I got a better one. Why did the thief cross the river? Free some others, more busy work, more me failing the parkour. Venice is really annoying because of the water. At least he can swim, but Ezio feels very heavy, I guess, with the armor. He does not turn quick, so moving about this place, and the quest taking you to either side of the map, really gets tiring, parkouring, and then it's like, oh, whoops, into the water I go. And now Ezio finally learns how to climb higher, where you have to press X and then circle to pray and hope you grab onto a higher ledge. This is actually a very important tool because now so many bits become way easier to climb. Anyway, I get robbed again and try to tackle the guy. You dare push me? So now we can finally use the thieves to help break into the palace and kill Emilio. Hey buddy, I was robbing him! And Ezio was like, heh, job's not done. Emilio was meeting this Carlo guy. Guess I gotta crash his party. And now another tailing mission to listen to those big evil men just talk openly about their plans in broad daylight.
The assassin. The same one who hunted down the Pazzi. He's here in Venezia.
E così? Silvio, did you not know? He could be anywhere. He could be here right now and we might not even know.
Yeah, and this remaster really made the character models look like Gmod mouth flaps moving. So their plan is to kill the Doge of Venice.
Doge?
Yeah, that. And replace them with one of their own. So we tell Antonio, as we look to see how we can get into the palace, but the walls are too high. So Leonardo, that inventor here, was building a flying machine and we gotta test it out.
The palazzo's too far away.
But its distance isn't enough. However, Leo...
Ah, che idea del cazzo! Eureka! Of course! Genio!
Bro,
What is
was
he
he
doing
really
now?
that smart?
rises,
Actually, you know
needs
what?
fire.
He probably was. Leonardo is the GOAT. And so we're gonna set up these fire towers around the city to help us fly up again, which means more running around and killing to put our thieves in place. And flying is pretty easy, and they have this feature where you can glide kick enemies off the roofs, and I found it amusing because you don't ever need to do this. You don't need to kill them. You can just fly along, but it looks cool on the trailer, right? However, we are too late inside. The Doge has been poisoned, and the killer tells everyone that we did it. But we end him as the chapter ends. And I don't know if anyone else did this. You're allowed to kill 2 civilians before you desync. So when a chapter ends, it's loading out, and I always try and see how many I could kill since you can't actually fail this part. Alright, no one else does this? Well, come on, if you don't speak up, you're gonna make me look insane. So even though we are the most wanted men, it's Carnival, where we can wear a mask to hide our face. I don't know how many other people are also wearing assassin-caped hoods, but surely this won't work. And we now get another blade upgrade, which is a pistol, which is insanely good for stealth kills. Well, till the actual kill, then it's not really stealth. So we need to kill the fake Doge, and we find Antonio at his sister's house, the whorehouse. They really are praying hard here. And this is Teresa.
Ah, Sister Teodora.
Christmas cake!
Man, was Renaissance Italy always this horny? Random note, but remember Italian Bean? I watched a lot of it when I was over there, and what the heck? This isn't a kid's cartoon? Beano, you crazy dog, you. So we literally see some guy kill the courtesans. We run out and kill him. We run back in. Yay, that was advancing the plot. So the Doge will be at a party, but we need a golden mask to enter, which means, oh my lord, even more busy work. Where you gotta win minigames at the carnival, like capture the flag, race against the clock, rob women, you know, typical Renaissance Italy stuff, and then beat up people. However, despite winning against their tricks, they don't even give us the mask. So then we have to rob the guy who got the mask. Yeah, this feels like so much padding. Anyway, we can finally enter the party, and now to kill the Doge with our fancy new toy. Also, the body's teleporting so we can hold him gently as he dies out. It's so funny.
You've worked hard, my son. I feel your tired body in need of comfort and succor.
But I have such aches and pains, sister. I may need a great deal of comfort and succor.
Oh, that can be arranged. Girls.
No, I wanted you, the Christmas cake, no! So now there's a new Doge who is sympathetic to us, and we gotta find the last of the Barbaggio family, Silvio, who has an army, so we gotta raise our own army, which is now those bandit side quests. If you didn't realize, every major group we were hiring, the courtesans, the thieves, and now the bandits, we were doing some quests for their group, and now we gotta free Bartolomeo.
About goddamn time! I don't know if I should kiss you or slap you. Maybe both, just to be safe.
That's quite alright.
So we gotta free his men. I try and climb more towers. I love parkour. So now we take all the men we freed and plant them in spots around the city. Then we finally take on Silvio and his bodyguard. We fight a bit, they run to a boat, while we chase them down. They mentioned something about Cyprus as they die. So this whole Doge thing was just a very, very lengthy distraction.
Why so serious?
It's my birthday.
This isn't a very happy birthday.
Rosa then gives us details of the ship that's now returning from Cyprus, as Leo says to walk with him to tell us something.
The prophet will appear when the second piece is brought to the floating city.
Wow, how interesting. Hey, excuse me, out of the way, buddy.
The Spaniard. Rodrigo Borgia.
So how do we resolve this little event?
Two codex.
Oh, come on, all again? So the whole plan of Rodrigo killing our family was to find this vault, where we see them return from Cyprus bringing back this egg thing, which is probably a piece of Eden. As we follow the courier on another long-tailing mission, we then kill the courier to swap places with him.
You there, stop! I want to talk with you. Raju, get him! There!
Hey, I can't fight back! Help! Help! Door stuck! I'm one of you! Well, we gotta walk this all the way to Borgia.
Ezio, it's been some time.
Rodrigo. So, Where is he?
Who?
Your prophet. Doesn't look like anybody showed up, Rodrigo. How many people have died for these? For what's in this box? And look, there's nobody here.
You claim not to be a believer, and yet here you are. Don't you see him? The prophet is already here. I am the prophet. Now give me the apple.
But we gotta fight him. Button mashing like crazy. Another round, and then out of nowhere.
Uncle!
Don't worry, Nipote. You are not alone.
Olpe? What are you doing here?
We could very well ask you the same thing.
We?
Okay.
Theodora! What? What are you all doing here?
Perhaps the same thing you are, Ezio. Hoping to see the prophet appear.
I came here to kill the Spaniard. I couldn't care less about your prophet. He never showed up.
No? But you did.
What?
A prophet's arrival was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
Cosa? Who are you?
Niccolò di Bernardo de Machiavelli. I am trained in the ancient ways to safeguard mankind's evolution. Just like you, and each one of us here.
The heck? So the whole time, all these people we were meeting were assassins, just slyly pushing us to get the Apple of Eden for them, using our revenge to push us to do so. Now they say, oh, okay, let's just burn your hand to brand you with the assassin's logo. So you're an assassin now, and Ezio's like, oh, okay, that's cool. This is really weird storytelling. Like, I don't think it changes much of the overall story. You have the apple, but you still want Borgia dead because of the revenge thing. Nothing's changed on that. But I guess because of these people, you like the Assassin's Creed now? Oh my god, I wrote that and I didn't even realize the creed! It's in the title!
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
So Desmond is like,
holy shit!
And says, put me back in, coach. No one wants to play this modern day setting. Put me back in! So we see this is the piece of Eden, the apple. When you touch it, it mind blows people with knowledge. I guess you can use it to overpower anyone to bend to your will. So we're gonna take the apple to Forlì to have Caterina guard it. And in Forlì, there's like a secret mission? Huh? This is like a new icon. I wonder what it is. Oh, flying? Oh, okay, why are people attacking me? Where do I go? Oh, okay, I crashed. And now I'm teleported here as far as possible from Caterina? The full wanted rating? Okay, so looking it up, this is literally a mission for you to play if you didn't get the trophy of kicking people off the roofs. And people were really into that trophy hunting scene. They had game mechanics for it. So Caterina learns that her city is under attack.
Oh, sangue di Giuda.
Who are the Orsi?
So yeah, more padding where now you gotta clear out the city of the Templars. But I don't know, man. Even these streets need some cleansing.
Oh, such violence. What hell? Oh, disgusting. Pervert.
So Caterina will distract the guards as we sneak in to open the gates.
You spineless dogs! You occupy my city, my home. You think I'm going to stand here and do nothing about it? How about I come up there and rip your ballet off? Filthy. You're not afraid of me. You will be when I come up there and cut your heads off, piece down your necks, and shove your faces up my pica. Filthy. You wouldn't if I was a man. You think I wouldn't do it just because of these? Le teste. Le mie teste. I bet you want to see them, don't you? You wish you could touch them. You wish you could lick them, don't you? Well, come on down here and give it a try. Like a real man. And I'll kick your balls so hard they fly out your nostrils.
But genuinely arousing.
So now we have to escort and fight our way into the keep to find that two of Caterina's children were taken by the horsey.
I take it you would be the Orsi brothers.
Ludovico and Gecko. A certain apple indeed. Or shall I slice your baby's necks ear to ear?
Bastardi! You think you can threaten me? I'll give you nothing! You want my children? Take them! I have the instrument to make more!
Oh, good lord.
So we grab the kids and kill one of the brothers who just gently falls into our arms.
Caterina was a fool to
But
send
while
you.
we did this, Keckman grabbed the apple and made a run for it. So we chase him and outsmart his dumb guards.
Hey, do we get paid overtime for this?
So much bloodshed.
A prize of such value. It will not remain yours for long.
We shall see.
Bro, he's dead! What are you doing, Ezio? Just so crazy!
Requiescat in pace.
And as amusing karma, that guy stabs us back. So we faint, and some monk with 9 fingers grabs the apple. Yep, more padding! Some literal bozo just grabbed the apple and used its power to take over the entire Florence. Just some random guy, not even a Templar. So you gotta spend the next few hours clearing up this mess. All because for whatever reason, you decided to double stab this guy cruelly. Reminder, Mario told you from the first kill, you're meant to respect the dead and not do anything like that. Like, bro, they really need to pull something out just to make Ezio take some damage. So now we gotta find this monk.
Find us a stramaladetto monk.
I think I'm going to miss you, Caterina.
Oh, I know you will.
As we ask the monks and we find that he's in Florence, and so we enter.
Usually in pieces.
Then he knows the apple is here as well. An unfortunate complication.
So now we gotta get the monk out of hiding, so we have to rally the citizens against him by killing 9 of his generals, which is fun, I'll admit, since you have so many tools now, and they make it very creative on where you have to kill them. Like this guy is walking around in the open with his guards in a field. It lets you be very free to tackle this however you want. Usually trying to not get seen, even changing it up where you get ambushed here and you gotta fight your way out, or you could just beeline for the general to kill him first. Well, after 9, the crowd turns on the monk and grab him, and the apple falls out of his hand, and this bozo just grabs it, so we gotta chase after him and then kill him, and then we get it back. Was this even necessary? We could've just picked it up and saved 1 minute of gameplay. So we see him getting burnt at the stake, and Ezio's conscience kicks in like,
No one deserves to die in such pain.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No one deserves to die in such pain.
Like, come on, you gotta follow the laws of your world. Assassins don't kill for malice. So I don't know what Ezio was thinking with this random enemy. And now you think people don't gotta suffer when they're dying? Just he had to suffer? Follow the laws of your world. It's like how in SpongeBob, Mrs. Puffy in the new episode goes,
Teach him how to drive. He doesn't know the first thing about a car.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your new boat.
And so Ezio gives a moral speech how his mind was open, joining the assassins and for everyone to think for themselves, and he literally just outswore these assassins so everyone knows these are all assassins. And now we gotta head back to our base for the final mission.
What's going on?
The data stream is corrupted. No, scratch that. This says it's incomplete. It's the codex pages.
Yep, those codex pages were mandatory. Thankfully though, the map shows you where they are, and you can use these fast travel points to go between the areas, and you literally just pay the group standing outside to distract the guards, and you grab it. It took me like 20 minutes to get them all. Look, I had to make my own fun doing this thing. So now with the codex pages, literally every assassin we met just turns up here, and we have to use eagle vision to find out on the codex it's a world map. And it all points to the most important place that would be the holiest place, the Vatican. Oh yeah, you know, the most holy place in Italy. Look, I could have told you that, I've been there, it's holy AF! So Borgia became the Pope. Yes, he's the Pope now. He did it to access the vault and the staff.
What staff?
The Codex always spoke of 2 keys.
Oh, sure. Let's bring us some more lore in the final hour. So, yeah, there are 2 pieces of Eden. He has the staff while we have the apple. And he used the staff to get that Pope power. So we head to the Vatican and go in. Oh my lord, please let me through. Let me get through it. Yep. When you climb up things and there's enemies around, they will try their hardest to get you down from climbing.
Insanity.
Where's your hole?
So we sneak into the Sistine Chapel and assassinate the fat guy. But it's a trap.
In pace, you bastard.
I don't think so.
He's not dead? Oh man, I knew we should have violently stabbed him through his throat. He used the staff, but we get superpowers too with the apple. Yeah, I love my realistic historical simulator. So we have to use our clones to fight him. He runs away after stabbing us, and now we are like...
tricks. No more ancient artifacts. No more weapons. Let us see what you are made of, old man.
All right then. If that's how you want to play it.
And it's a fist fight where...
They were made for felling gods.
God is meant to be all-knowing, all-powerful. You think a couple of ancient relics can harm him?
You know nothing, boy.
Yeah, I love stun-locking fist fights! So we win, but we don't kill him since I guess we grew bored of the whole revenge thing, as the vault opens up to us, and we learn that we actually are the Prophet, and inside we find a holographic figure named Minerva.
You have come.
Who says Ezio was brought to her so that Desmond and Lucy can hear what she says. And this twist would have gone hard in 2009. She explains that her alien race were an advanced society on Earth, but a celestial event would wipe out most life. However, before the disaster, they had made humans and used them as a workforce. However, humanity rebelled in a long war. Humans were winning, but then that event hit and wiped out all the humans and them. And of the remaining survivors, the two species worked together to recreate the world. Before the aliens sealed themselves in temples, and she's like, okay, the rest is up to you, Desmond. And the game ends.
Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
What the fuck?
So we get to play through the credits in modern day where Abstergo's attacking, we fight them off with our new powers, and Lucy...
Holy shit!
And this Vidic guy, I guess is the Abstergo boss, he runs off, and the group now has to leave the hideout to go to another place. And that surely is an ending of all time. Yep, aliens behind it all. We did that whole historical simulator for that twist. And it's like, okay, cool. But also like, wasn't it easier to just do a historical game? Because you do know what can of worms you've opened now. Every future game, people are gonna want the alien twists. Which I guess is why the more modern Assassin's Creed games ditched this whole idea and just kept it to the historical setting. But also I heard there are some people who miss this alien twist thing. I mean, it was crazy experiencing it back in the day, but I don't know, I never found this modern day group likable, while Ezio is like...
I may need a great deal of succor.
So yeah, I appreciate they tried to do some fake out thing, but in the end, most people just wanted to play through this Renaissance Italy and keep it as realistic as possible. But the story does get continued in the sequel, Brotherhood, but that's for another time. As AC2 ends, and it is a really good game, but also, oh man, is it a game of all time. So Assassin's Creed 2 was a really influential game because of its explosive success and how it changed Ubisoft as a company, how they made games going forward. A lot of open world games copied this formula and such, while it actually was really fun in a weird way. The presentation of the game is outstanding. They made it feel authentic to Italy, where I legit was gobsmacked in Italy now that has a lot of the same architecture as back then. And when I went there and I'm seeing the stuff in game, how Florence was, it looks the exact same, how the Rialto Bridge of Venice looked beforehand. It's that crazy attention to detail that made this a premier historical game. Also, I've got to praise the music, but it's like the Batman games. These guys love to copyright. The music is good, but I can't play it much. The voice acting was great despite maybe not so much accurate accents, but I love the flair of the Italian words thrown in, mixing in real historical figures, where maybe they met each other in real life, but it's also like if you knew the history of these people. And it's pretty cool that this original character Ezio joins them all, and he's a really good main character, driven by that revenge plot. And also he's a bit suave, you know, that's a bit fun. The gameplay is enjoyable as a stealth game. The motion of doing the stealth kills and having to sneak away to avoid the guards, planning out your missions to make sure you don't get caught into that combat, taking down these villains with different scenarios, plus the parkour that allows you to feel more mobile than, let's say, a man in a suit. You truly feel like an assassin. But with that realism, they made him heavy and clunky. Some of the parkour had its issues where you don't go where you want to go. The combat being one of the worst in a AAA game that I've ever played, but it's that foundation of what Ubisoft would then improve upon in future games. They laid so much key important systems in this one game. They threw it all in and it somehow worked, and they just built on it game after game. But remember, it all started here. Sure, the plot can feel bloated, there's so much padding, you could cut hours off this game without it mattering to the revenge plot. But that's what they needed to do to give you more scenarios, more people for you to stab, as you then slowly caress them in your arms as they bleed out. Man, they captured the Renaissance spirit perfectly. And it's going to be pretty exciting to see where they went from here. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching to the end. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you're new here. I have plenty of videos on all types of games. I got plenty more to go. You can also follow me on social media for updates. And until then, I shall see you all on the next video.